Hi everyone, welcome back to New Mo's channel. So last week I haven't had a chance to post any vlogs or vlogs because I had a personal event and yes, I got engaged. Also this week I'm a little bit late because I just finished my oral dissertation defense and now I'm officially 1 degree hotter. Okay, so since I'm already sharing a little bit of my personal life, I will be going through a little bit of my background, the history, and all the decisions that led to where I am today. So as most of you may know, I moved to Singapore last year and it is partially because of my fiance. So my fiance is also from Vietnam and he chose to go abroad to finish his undergrad study and he chose the States. So once he graduated, unlike Canada, he only has a kind of a temporary work visa for him to work for a specific employer, but in order for him to gain a legitimate work visa, he needs to win a lottery. I don't know why that's the case, but that's how the US system works. So after 3 times of failing the lottery, he needs to move to another country before moving back to the States for obtaining like a permanent visa. So our initial plan was that he moves to Canada and I move to Toronto to be with him in the same city. But then last year Canada had the election, so there was a hiring freeze going on and it just didn't work out. For him to move here to Singapore, it was actually the best choice because his manager manages 2 teams, one in the States and one in Singapore. So moving here would be the best choice because everything stays the same except for his physical location. Last year came to a point between our relationship where we had to decide what direction we want to take our relationship on, and yes, so we decided that it's time that we move our relationship to a next level, getting more serious and maybe talking about marriage afterwards. So I'm glad to announce that this year we made the decision and yes, we are getting married soon. So the decision to move here wasn't easy, but I had the support of my family and my fiance, so I decided to move here with him. Initially, I wanted to find a job in Singapore, but then I decided to take a break because I had been working non-stop since undergrad and I just wanted to do something else. It might not look like it, but I work a lot. I didn't have an easy life. I'm not saying that I'm going through poverty or anything like that, but compared to a lot of people, I didn't live in a very la bien and rose. And another reason why I decided to move here is because I did have a healthy sum of savings. It is partially due to the fact that I am debt-free thanks to my dad who supported me through my undergrad with my tuition fee and some of my living expenses. So I love you, Dad. And luckily, before I got admitted to the university, I did get a scholarship that covered half of my tuition fee. So my dad covered the rest. And throughout the years, I also applied for other scholarships. And then in second year, I got a teaching assistant position in the school. After that, I got enrolled in the co-op program, which is like a paid internship program that is integrated in your university undergrad. You just needed to achieve a GPA of 8.0, I think, out of 10 in order to get enrolled in the program. I worked very hard in school in order to get into that program so that I can get some work experience. So my first co-op internship was with the university. I then always get a part-time offer after my co-op terms. So I have been working continuously throughout my undergrad years. Also after my graduation, well, I guess a little bit before my graduation, I was looking for like full-time jobs because some circumstances didn't work out with my previous employer. I then was looking everywhere in the city, in Ottawa, and even in Toronto. Somehow I got connected with my previous manager. She interviewed me and she hired me. And I'm very thankful for her because I know that it is not easy to hire a foreign worker in the government. The thing with the government is that they have a policy that you need to hire someone of priority list, and then the citizen, and then the PR before going to work with the foreign workers. So my manager took extra time working all of that requirement out and writing out like explanations. So I'm really thankful for her. So a lot of you have asked me why I moved to Singapore when I just got my PR last year and I just got promoted. So yes, so a little bit background about me is that I moved to Canada 8-9 years ago with my aunt as a diplomat child. But I couldn't really apply for my permanent residency until last year because they have a requirement that I guess one of the program has a requirement that I need to work for 1 year and then take the English test and then be eligible to apply for that permanent residency. So the PR in Canada is not too hard. It's just that you need to work a full-time job, and then you do the English test, and based on your English score as well as your degree, then they will have a points that will be converted to the immigration system, and then they will pick the candidates based on their score. So last year, after 8 years, I finally got my Canadian PR. Yay! I'm very excited, I'm very happy, and after a year and a half of working, I got promoted as well. So it was very confusing, I guess, for a lot of people about my choice moving to Singapore. Well, to me, it was actually the best time, the best opportunity actually, because having a PR means that I have a choice to go and to live anywhere and still have the option to come back. In order to maintain the permanent residency, you only need to stay in Canada for 2 out of 5 years. So as long as I meet that requirement, I will be able to continue reapplying for my PR. As for my job, I was pretty lucky because my manager wasn't able to give me a permanent offer when I started because I was a foreign worker. That's just how the government worked. However, last year, the moment I got my permanent residency, my manager then gave me a full-time offer, permanent offer, and knowing, even though like she knows that I was gonna move, she just told me that it's what I should have been gotten in the first place instead of my contractual basis. So I'm really thankful for her again. She is a very great mentor, and she really cares about her employees. So what happens is that once you are a permanent employee in the government, there are benefits that associated with it. So the moment I became a permanent employee, I took a sabbatical leave for 1 year to come here and pursue my master's degree. So the sabbatical leave means that I can go anywhere for 1 year and still come back with the same offer in hand. And the government also have a policy that within 5 years, if you choose to come back, you will be put on the priority list, like I mentioned earlier, that you will be a priority to be hired within any government positions. So I feel like that was something that kind of like a safety net for me. The PR as well as my job, it was still there. It's still gonna be there next year or in 2 years. So I wanted to try something, and I'm glad that I did make the decision, because then now my fiance and I have taken the right step, and we are getting married soon. So it's a really big change in my life. Well, I hope that my little story is inspiring to you in some way, because I really value hard work, independency, and I always try to stay positive. I know that life sometimes can be hard, but as long as you try hard and don't lose hope, I'm sure everything will be fine. Okay, so enough about serious talk. I will be doing more vlogs and vlogs in the upcoming months, and I have also started on something that I really wanted to do, and I can't wait to share with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, and thank you.